Hello everybody, this is Language-Enthusiast speaking. I'm in my car. I'm behind the wheel. I'm on my way to my dentist today. This is my 5th or 6th visit. Okay, today is, today is Tuesday. October 24th, the year 2023. Hoy es martes el 24 de octubre, the year 2023. 2023. Okay, time now is, ¿qué hora es? What time is it now? ¿Qué hora es? 2:57 p.m. Son las 2:57 p.m. Okay. So today is really hot. The temperature today is 23 degrees Celsius. Hoy es calor, mucho calor. Hoy es no hoy es. Hace calor, mucho calor. Hace soleado, está soleado. The weather is really good, nice. It's sunny. Está soleado. Okay, I am speaking English and Spanish. Okay, today I feel terrible. Horrible. Okay. Me siento horrible. Okay, anyway. Why am I feeling terrible? Because I didn't sleep very much last night. I was supposed to get enough sleep for today because today, from the early morning today, I was supposed to have 2 appointments. One is for my dog's trimming salon, and the other is my dentist. And so I really wanted to get enough sleep, but I couldn't sleep well last night somehow, probably because I was sick yesterday, and I slept longer than usual in the daytime yesterday. So that was the cause of my sleep deprivation, lack of sleep. I couldn't sleep last night. I was thinking about some things, and I was occupied. My mind was occupied with those thoughts, which didn't allow me to sleep soon enough. And I was struggling to fall asleep, but I wasn't successful, and I had to go to the bathroom many times because, as I have been explaining in my recent videos, I have been having my bladder inflammation, which happened again 3 days ago. Suddenly, I forgot when it happened. But when I'm extremely tired, I tend to have this condition, bladder inflammation. And to fix it myself, to make it lighter, I cannot fix it completely, but to not soften, but appease it. In order to appease it, I have to drink much water, lots of water. And since I drank so much water, much water than usual, I had to go to the toilet. And especially, it's not very good to put up with urination. I don't know if it's okay for me to use this phrase, put up with, to explain this situation though. Anyway, when I have bladder inflammation, should I say a bladder or bladder? Is it countable? A bladder. We don't have two bladders, right? Should I say if I have a bladder inflammation? Okay, anyway, I have to drink lots of water, and I have to go to the toilet many times, and especially first thing in the morning when you are sleeping, right? When you're sleeping and when you wake up, your bladder has the most liquid in it, right? It's the worst situation for the bladder in such a case. If you have a bladder inflammation, you don't want your bladder to be full, because the longer the urine stays in your bladder, the more bacteria it has. And in order to fix it, you have to drink lots of water, right? If you have lots of water, and which makes you go to the bathroom quite often, more often, and then your urine is not strong, right? Not condensed, right? So it helps you to have weaker, clearer urine, right? It is necessary for you to fix your bladder inflammation of your bladder. So that's why I had to drink lots of water. But since I had lots of water before going to bed, and I really want to go to the toilet more often, or as often as I could, so it also didn't allow me to sleep well, because I was conscious through the night. I was thinking about going to the toilet. I was thinking all the time if I should go to the toilet now before my bladder gets full or something like that. And I ended up being wide awake, which is not very good. And I went to the toilet several times, and then by the time I was still awake at 4:30. I can't believe this. I couldn't believe this. I really wanted to go to sleep much faster, much quicker, much sooner, but I couldn't. So with only 3 hours of sleep, and I had to wake up pretty early to take my dogs to the trimming salon, and I did. And I was able to come back with the dogs safely at noon. And then, after I sent them off at the trimming salon, and when I came back, it was about 9:30, and I still have 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2.5 hours, until I might get a phone call from them to let me know that they're finished. And I was thinking of going to sleep while I was waiting, but since I woke up and I was really, really sleepy, because after falling asleep, after 3 hours after you fall asleep, it might be the time when your sleep is the deepest, right? You are having the deepest sleep after 3 hours. 3 hours after you fell asleep, and it was really difficult for me to wake up by the alarm, which I don't usually use to wake up. I usually wake up naturally. I wake up myself. So I was in a terrible mood. And I was in a bad mood, worse mood. And I was irritated. My nerves were very sensitive, and I got on my nerves. Is it okay for me to use this expression here? And am I making myself understood, or does this make sense? By using I got on my nerves. I was irritated, and I couldn't stop irritating about myself somehow, because I regretted that I had made two appointments in the same day. I couldn't believe I did this, and that was totally my fault. And I was accusing of myself so much, and I was irritated, but I had to wake up, so I did anyway. And since I really tried hard, I worked hard to waking myself up. I was tense, and by the time I got back from the trimming salon in the morning, after seeing off my dogs there, dropping off my dogs there, I was too tense. I was too, nervous. I was too excited, and so I couldn't fall back to sleep. Anyway, I thought that if I had fallen asleep at that time, I was not confident that I could wake up by noon. When you are really sleepy and you go to bed, like you suffered from lack of sleep because of the night before, and once you start going to sleep, falling asleep, you can be completely unconscious, right? Because you are exhausted, you are totally tired, and you cannot wake up by the alarm. You can just stop the alarm and just keep sleeping, right? This has happened to me so many times in my life, and so I understand. I was able to imagine what would happen if I had fallen asleep at that time. So I try not to fall asleep. I stayed awake. It was hard, And when you're sleepy and you don't have enough sleep, you tend to become hungry, right? Yeah, it has something to do with your hormone. And I once watched a YouTube video about this, and it explained it, why you can be very hungry when you are sleepy, when you have lack of sleep. I cannot explain it in English very much, but yeah, when you are having a lack of sleep, you tend to feel hungry. Yeah, it's natural. And so I began to feel hungry, and I ate something, and I thought that I would be sleepy, but I had to be awake by noon because I was going to have a phone call from them, and I did. And I went there again to pick my dogs up, and I came back home safely, and that was around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. And then by the time I would have to leave home to go to the dentist, there were still 2 hours left. So I had to be awake. But again, I became hungry, so I had to eat something, because I wouldn't be able to eat anything until I come back home from the dentist, right? It's going to be about let's see. My appointment time is 4 p.m. today, and it'll take about an hour. My procedure for today is going to take about somewhere between 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the situation. And then I'm going to leave there around, 4:35, and then I'll be able to get home probably by 6, but I will stop by somewhere to do some shopping, to do some grocery shopping. Today I'm not going to cook. I didn't cook for lunch for my daughter and I. I just cooked something quickly, whip up. Okay, I whipped up. Is it okay? Whipped up something for only myself, because I knew that it was going to be a busy day today. So I told my daughter that I was not going to cook today, both for lunch and dinner, and she said okay. And in that way, she can enjoy her own meal, because I always cook, right, for us. And for change, she sometimes eats something she likes, so it's a good opportunity for her too. So I don't feel guilty. I don't need to feel guilty about this. And so on my way back from the dentist today, I'm going to stop by a supermarket to do some grocery shopping, and I'm going to buy some meat and vegetables for my dinner. I'm looking forward to it, actually, because when I cook dinner, I cannot be late for it, right? I have to be punctual. I can take it easy. I can take it easy, but still, if I make dish only for myself, I can even take it easier. So for change, it's good. It's nice for change. And so I'm thinking of what I'm going to eat for dinner now at the moment. And where was I? So I have to be, where was I? I was explaining what I was doing. Yeah, today, extremely busy, and I am extremely sleepy. I'm tired, but I have to stay awake. So it's like myself on my way to Osaka the other day, and on my way back from there, I have to be awake all the time because I was the driver. I had to be tense. And it tired me so much later, and I got sick. And another reason why I got sick after coming back from Osaka the other day, it was last Friday, I guess. And I said somewhere in my video, in my previous videos, recent videos, that I got sick the last time I went to the zoo in my area. The zoo in my area is much bigger, and we had to walk a lot more. But still, this time I went to the zoo in Osaka and I got sick. And last time I went to the zoo in my area, I got sick. And I thought that there should be some relation or correlation between the two. So I checked it on the net by searching with words something like going to a zoo, getting sick, or something like that. And there is this person who writes her opinion on her blog, and she said on her blog that she always gets sick after coming back from a zoo because she doesn't like zoos very much. Even before she enters a zoo, she has to sense some nasty feelings about the place. I mean, I don't know, a little bit scary, a little bit suffocating, and very negative vibes. And she says that it makes her feel sick. It's not that she doesn't like animals, but she even feels sorry for those animals captivated in cages, right? And I feel the same way as she does. Every time I go to the zoo, I cannot enjoy very much because I feel sorry about those animals captivated in cages, and they don't have any freedom, and they are safe, so they can live longer, but I'm not really sure if they can enjoy their life. They are enjoying their life as much as their counterparts in nature. I'm not really sure if they are really happy in there. So I'm not confident about this, but it might be because I got sick both times, because I also get some bad impression about Zeus. Yeah, probably. And it was interesting to see. It was interesting to know that there is another person who feels the same way as I did. Okay, and where was I anyway? Yeah, but I'm back to normal. I'm back to normal, and I'm okay. I'm fine today. And the weather is really hot. And yeah, I said that, right? 23 degrees, and now I'm wearing long sleeve, pretty, I don't know, thin t-shirt. Okay, I bought at Uniqlo, in a mall near my house. But it's thicker, actually. It's thicker than other t-shirts I bought at Uniqlo before. I like this thicker one. Okay, and where was I? Yeah, about Spanish. I've been really enjoying my Spanish. And I'm very happy to start picking up Spanish again this time. And I'm very happy to use that I'm using Link for my studying material. It was really good. I couldn't imagine that Link would be that good. I try not to study grammar this time. Yeah, I've been learning Spanish all by myself, and I have quite a lot of Spanish grammar. I mean, now I'm speaking while I'm paying attention to many things while driving, so my speaking tends to be incoherent. So I'm very sorry about this, but yeah, I used to study grammar, and in Spanish, Spanish has very complicated conjugation. So I thought that I would have to memorize all of them. So I made this column or chart of conjugations, and I tried to memorize. Okay, try to learn them by heart, but it was unnatural. Okay, so I stopped doing it. But this time, instead of doing that, instead of trying to memorize all those grammar rules at first, I tried to read so many stories. Okay, and many tenses are scattered in all those stories, and so as I did all those stories, somehow, naturally, I've been becoming aware of the differences between all those complicated tenses. And no, brains are very good at finding patterns, right? So that's why I'm trying to use my brain, so that my brain is going to find a pattern for me. So in order to do that, I have to refer to as many stories as possible. And I also want to listen to natural conversations, Spanish, which is pretty fast. The reason why so many people cannot catch what native speakers are speaking is because they mostly try to use study materials for language learners, which are pretty slow. Audios can be pretty slow, and since language learners tend to use those materials, and they get used to slow speed. They used to the speed which is quite slow. But what if you are to use materials that are quite natural from the beginning, then you'll get used to it, right? You cannot tell the difference between, or it will not make you confused, because you already know the natural speed, what the natural speed is. So it will not get you confused. And like native kids, they usually listen to people around them all the time, and they don't speak slowly for them, right? Yeah, they sometimes try to speak slowly and try to use easy expressions so that they can understand, of course, but usually they exposed themselves in a situation where they can hear natural conversations, right? So that's why we language learners should use this situation to get used to the natural conversation speed, and this way you will never be able to get confused after studying the language many years. So this is the biggest hurdle, I guess. So the most important skill is listening. So from the beginning, you have to improve your listening, and so that you can understand the natural conversation, natural speed, and then little by little, you can pick up vocabulary while you are listening to all those stories, conversations, and gradually over time, your brain can find the patterns, and you understand the grammar or tenses naturally without studying it. And I really, really want to try it to find out this is right. So some people say that it's very important to study grammar first, and some people say that the grammar actually doesn't allow you to speak fluent, because you always think about grammar when you speak, right? But when you acquire the language, you don't need to think about grammar because you never learned what grammar is. You never study grammar, right? Like when you speak your native tongue, you never think about grammar, right? But you can speak, you can communicate, you can use the most natural way of speaking, right? Or you can use the most natural expressions and without forcing yourself to think about it very much. So, and in my case, I studied English so many years, and I always thought that grammar is very important. We have to learn grammar first. Without the knowledge of grammar, we cannot make sentences. I thought so, but I'm actually now skeptical about it, and I really, where is it? I really want to try to find this out, if it's right myself. Whew. Now is 3:33, and I will be there in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes at the latest. I have enough time today. I'm happy that I am being punctual. I feel excited, but I'm not feeling excited about my procedure today because anytime, always, I don't like the dentists. I don't like dentists. I don't like to be there. Okay. And the link is very good. And I also try to watch some YouTube channels, and I especially love YouTube channels that deal with children's programs like animation, and especially I love this channel, Johnny and Tony, Johnny and Tony, or something like that. Is it okay? Is it okay to turn for me? No, for me to turn in this at this intersection. Yes, I think so. Johnny and Tony, or something like that. Okay, it's fun. I love that channel. The channel has many versions like Spanish and Korean and Chinese and Indonesia and also English. And animation is really interesting, funny, hilarious. And the songs the program uses are outrageous, outstanding. I mean, since I'm a music person, I always listen to music first, and there are other similar channels to that channel, but I love this channel best because the music is the the music is great, just great. Especially, vocals are very cute and very good, nice. But also the background music. Players. Great musicians. Such great musicians play the music, and songs are so good, fun, and so I love this channel best, and I'm very, very happy to learn Spanish through that channel. And that's it. That's the most wonderful. That's it. And the channel is for me, for myself. And I finally found my favorite channel at the last. And yeah, I watch other channels, but that channel, which is for children, but still there are many expressions that I don't know, and I can sing the songs along, and yeah, it's very useful. It's a great studying tool. And also I love YouTube channels for Spanish native speakers, so that they can learn English, and so they explain things in Spanish, but their topics are very familiar to me, so it's easy for me to understand what they are talking about. And Spanish is natural because those channels are for native Spanish speakers. So I can learn how to say or explain things in Spanish, and also I can listen to natural Spanish. So it's like you can kill two birds at the same time with one stone or something like that. So and other things that I try to do to improve my listening skills is that I watch some programs in Spanish on Netflix, and I chose the audio. Spanish description. I always choose Spanish description as an audio. In this way, you can hear more Spanish than usual Spanish audio, because narrators explain the situations in Spanish. So, for example, now I've been watching this Netflix program, documentary, which deals with tacos. And since I'm interested in cooking, I've been enjoying watching this program. And there are some people who speak English in the program, ordinary people. But yeah, I want to improve my English skills. But if I don't want to listen to their English, and if I choose Spanish description as an audio, then I don't have to listen to their English, because Spanish audio, dub, Spanish lines, I don't know how to say it. You can hear the Spanish instead of English because it's dubbed. I'm sorry, I might be using the wrong way of saying this in English though. Okay, I'm getting tired, and I'm around. The dentist is just around the corner, and yeah, since it's still before 4 p.m., it's still very bright and the weather is still perfect. There's no cloud in the sky. It's very warm. Yeah, it's rather hot. And on my way back home, I'm going to listen to my recording, which I don't like very much. It's a bit tiring for me to listen back to my recording actually, but I have to because I have to critique myself to get better, to get my speaking skills better. Okay, but I'm happy that I can now back to my Spanish learning, and yeah, I don't know how longer I can live, but this actress who passed away just recently, her name is, I actually didn't know about her, but her name was Suzanne Summer. The actress said that you enjoy each day because you never know what tomorrow will bring, right? I agree with her. I completely agree with her. So that's why I am doing something that I really want to do now. And so I'm very, very happy and fortunate. I feel fortunate to be able to study Spanish as well. And I really want to be able to speak, or I really want to reach fluency in Spanish in a year or two, because I've been learning Spanish on and off for so many years, and now it's high time I was able to speak it to some extent. So I'm very positive. I'm being very positive thanks to my language learning. Okay. That's about it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I will be back tomorrow too. Alright. I'm turning the corner now. Okay. Okay. Have a great Wednesday tomorrow, or the rest of your week. Okay. Bye for now. I arrived safe and sound today too.